forbidden. The prodigy who would become the biggest name in Australian women's football was once better known as the little sister of AFL star Daniel Kerr. And it was the West Coast Eagles' off-field troubles that provided her with a test greater than any Brazil or the US could throw at her. Daniel had well-documented battles with drug and alcohol abuse and spent the brief spell in prison after a string of assault charges. "I didn't speak to him for 2 years, that was the tough love I gave him," Kerr told the Daily Telegraph. "Towards the end of his career I learned about choices. It's well documented that my brother didn't make great choices and he'll be the first to tell you that. I learned a lot about the off-field type of stuff. You can't regain your reputation. He's done well too, but he's made some bad choices off the field that affected him." Source supplied. "Now we're closer than ever and he's got 3 beautiful babies, a great house and a great job. I even do some work with him with his Together We Can Foundation where he runs a program for Aboriginal kids in rural Wa that incorporates music, art and sport. So he's really enjoying life and it's awesome to see him back on track and everyone's back together again." Kerr has been the most talked about Australian athlete over the past few months, but admits she struggles with the attention. A quick search of her name brings up pages of her recent achievements, from leading the Matildas to victory in the Tournament of Nations, to becoming the all-time leading goal scorer in the USA's National Women's Soccer League, culminating in being named on FIFA's 10-player shortlist for Women's Player of the Year. The 24-year-old even gets non-football fans excited with her backflip goal celebrations. But Kerr is not completely comfortable with the hype her recent accolades have created. Source AFP: "At some point I might have a break and look back on this time and I think I will appreciate that I did have a great year," Kerr said. "I'll appreciate this time more when I'm a bit older and get to the end of my career. I'm still in season and we still have a few games with the Matildas, so at the moment it's still all business. It's a little bit uncomfortable having people always talk about you, but being nominated for the Player of the Year is obviously a huge honor, so it's not all bad. It's just not my favorite thing talking about myself." Kerr admits she struggles being away from home during her time with Sky Blue FC in New Jersey. But she has no regrets about the path she's chosen after opting to take up football instead of AFL. Source supplied: "I was all about AFL and my family still is very AFL focused, but I'm very glad I chose football," she said. "I've had so many opportunities and so many great things happen to me through football. I've met so many great people and traveled the world. You don't get the opportunity to go to the Olympics through AFL and I was the first Olympian in the family, so that was a proud moment for me and my family." With the Matildas in town for 2 matches against Brazil, Kerr says now is the time for Australians to embrace a winning team. "I feel like at the moment it's a really good time for the Matildas to shine because it seems like every other national team is getting a bit of stick, so I hope we can be waving the flag for Australian sport and everyone can get behind us and stay behind us," she said. See Sam Kerr and the Matildas at Westfield Penrith on Thursday from 6:30 p.m. for a signing session.